How you going, folks? Don't knock each other down in the rush to get to the grandstand. One orderly queue, please. No pushing, no biting, no punching. If there is any punching, none below the belt. Yeah, I know. I thought Mum would have come and that would have made one more. She's good, my mum. She watches the show every weekend. Does anyone here watch the show? 1, 2, 3, including Mum, that's 4. Yeah, that's a lot. I all thought it was just her, but yeah, that's a lot more than I thought was watching. Anyway, the guys have asked me to come along and have a yarn. We'll keep it really intimate because there's not many of you, and just let you know what we do for a job. There's no two ways about it. I have, in my opinion, got the best job in the world. I have no idea how I got it. I've got no idea how they haven't sacked me yet. And I'm kind of prepared for it every day. And every day I don't get the sack's another good day. And I get to go and do it all again. But I'm out there in the search of a better job. And if I can find it, I'll put an application in. But I haven't found it yet. So I've got to give you the heads up. This little presentation that the guys in the office have put together for me, I have never seen. Because we finished our last job filming in Cape York Peninsula. Who's been to the Cape? Anyone? Go to the Cape. Got to go to the Cape. Ripper spot. They're all ripper spots. But we finished filming there about 3.5 weeks ago. And the rest of the crew came back to Melbourne. And I looked at the weather and promptly got lost in far north Queensland. So it was a ripper trip for me. They're all good, but this one was really special. They, without me knowing, they flew my daughter up. My daughter's 25. She lives in Young in New South Wales. That's where her mum comes from. We're not friends anymore, but my daughter and I are good mates. Happens sometimes, you know. You got a job like this, apparently it's hard to keep a missus. And I come home from work. This is a gag, but there's always an element of truth in a gag. And I come home from work one day and she said to me, it's either me or the job. And I probably should have at least paused before I told her I was going to miss her. Because I'm not giving this one up. So anyway, they flew my daughter up there to surprise me. And it was a surprise. They managed to keep it really quiet. But she'd taken 2.5 weeks off work to hang out with me. So that's what we did. We hung out and we did a little road trip from right at the top of the Cape. We went right up to Roko Island, Thursday Island, Horn Island, so off the top in the Torres Strait, and then we made our way back down and I dropped her off in Young and then promptly flew straight back to Cairns where I'd left a caravan in a truck and I went and hid for, like I say, 3 weeks. Left my phone turned off thinking they'll get in touch with me somehow soon, and they did, and here I am. So the guys have put together this presentation and I haven't had a chance to look at it because they emailed it to me yesterday, but it was too big to open on my phone, so here we go. Now, just to give you the heads up, I give the crew a pretty hard time, so I would imagine they've probably taken the opportunity to slip a couple in here. They're going to make me look pretty stupid, so we'll see what happens, eh? Well, that's not a video to start with, so that's just another one that's got my name on in case I forget it. Well, they've looked after me so far. It's just a list of my sponsors, which is nice. So the brands that just popped up there are the people I work with on a day-to-day basis. They support me, I support them to make it all possible. And I have a lot of fun working with them. I don't work with everyone because it's just nice to work with a small group that you work well with, and they keep me in clothes and food and all that sort of good stuff, which is nice of them, I think. I'm back to talking about that best job in the world again now. Oh, this is a good one. I like this. Reminds me when I was 18, you had one of those.
It's time to see this
There is
land, this land of wonder. It's time to go and see what's up down under. What's up down under?
Yeah, I told you it was a good job, eh? I was sitting there watching that thinking, yeah, definitely the best job in the world. You know what I love the most about my job? I look at that and I get to go all those places with my mates, and we're a pretty tight team. We literally spend around about 9 months of the year on the road together. And when I say on the road together, we are 24/7. There's no escape. We get up early, generally most days. They like to catch the sunrise and the beautiful light. I like to sleep in, so I'll let them tell me about it when they get back. No, they drag me out most mornings, are buggers. But and then we do cool stuff all day, every day, and then we watch the sunset, and then we go and have a beer, and we all hang out. So we know more about each other than our families know about us, and we all look after each other, but we have so much fun doing it that you nearly can't call it a job. The only way you can define it as a job is we get paid for it, so it must be a job. I've got to pay tax. That's a bastard. But in amongst those brands that popped up at the start, there's Tough Tested, What's Up Down Under, and Camper Deals. They're the 3 TV shows that the production company I work for makes. So most people know What's Up Down Under more so than the other 2, but they're all done in different places in Australia, and they're all done. In fact, we're filming Camper Deals at the moment. We did 3 episodes last week, and we're doing another 3 episodes next week down at Phillip Island. So we're all over the place doing different stuff all the time, but it's pretty much the same team. We've got about 8 blokes or 8 people in the crew that occasionally 1 or 2 might be back here editing or something like that, but pretty much it's the same people out. So the guys you'll see me wandering around at the show here with are a couple of the team that come away and film, and so we're all, pretty good bunch, and it's a lot of fun. Hey, the other thing I'd like to say is if anyone's got any questions, jump in. There'll be time at the end, but if you've got a question along the way, I'd rather talk about the stuff you want to talk about than the stuff I want to talk about, because I talk absolute rubbish. I made a career out of it. I often wonder about if I run into one of my old school teachers one day, what they're going to say. Because if you look at my report cards, it always says he'll never get a job. All he does is look out the window all day and laugh. I made a career out of it. Actually, one more question, mate. Do you have a folder or a scruncher?
Folder.
We've got a folder. We've got a lot of structure in it in the show today. And do you fold or scrunch?
Fold.
And one last question. Do you fold or scrunch?
I scrunch.
We've got a scruncher. My aim is to make friends, not enemies, but I'm prepared to go either way if I have to.
Good job. 8, 9, and 10. Have a little rest.
All right.
These are really heavy.
He's nearly ready to start rolling now.
Are you really, have you started or not?
No, not yet.
Oh, Jesus.
You've put me in the deep water with that question. I think the thing I'd like everyone to really take on board as we push forward for this public holiday is, of course, that everything, and I mean everything, is going to be okay. No, not really.
No, that's what you were supposed to say. No, not really.
Macca, how much fun is this? Dirt, dirt, more dirt.
Yeah, hey, they're good to see some dirt.
Well, you know, every day is quite low key.
It looks quite low key. You're not making a statement or anything, are you? Me, Macca. What's up down under? You ugly monkey. We hang out, we're friends. You like novel pet. People already like me, they will like you. I'm a big deal around here.
It's time I got this back down to the kiddies that I borrowed it from because I can hear them crying from here. Don't try this at home.
Yeah, I told you they'd stitch me up. That last clip there, my daughter will occasionally ring me up and go, I was having a bit of a rough day, so I got on YouTube and watched you on the Wahoo Tube. Always reckons it brightens her up. You jump on there and have a look at, what do you search up? Perry Sandhills, Macca at the Perry Sandhills, and you'll see the whole thing. That's the crew laugh in the background. So the outtakes, if we could put them on telly, would probably make the show that everyone would watch a whole lot more, but we can't put them on telly. But there's a little bit of an insight into a few of them there. Like I say, there is always a lot of fun going on when we're out there, and not all of it makes the telly because there's rules, apparently.
Yep.
Can everyone see me?
Yep.
There are a lot of people out there watching today who would say that I'm a bit of a stirrer, but I'm clearly not that good. Hey, I just can't believe we're doing this on telly. Do you get hand-picked for this job, or is this something you nominate for?
I actually put my hand up for this.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah. This is the special part of the job.
So lube is the secret.
Nice and smooth.
Suck some up and then squirt it back.
Correct.
All the way.
Yep.
Hasn't gone all the way yet, have I?
That's all right.
I've got a feeling this is going to pop out all over my shirt.
Don't do it all the way then.
Yeah. And then just, I can squirt
Yeah,
a bit.
do it a few times.
Righto. Oh, when they told me I was coming to a koala hospital, I had a picture in my head. This wasn't, I don't think we've got enough lube on it.
Okay. Push it down again.
Push harder.
Yeah, push it harder. That's it. And now just manoeuvre it up and down
Righto.
without putting it in. To try and lube it up a bit more. Do it a few times. You're going to go up and down really fast. I'm sorry. This is why you practice it. Okay, so this is working a bit better now.
be sad, Danny.
That's it, keep going. Faster. And go all the way to the end.
I've done some laughing in my day, Danny, but this one, I reckon this one takes the cake. What have I got to do? Oh, Danny!
Yeah, they're stitching me up. I'm crying again now just remembering that day. We went to this koala hospital up in, here's Benny Miller. Look who's here. Ladies and gentlemen, Ben Miller. Oh, look who else is here. Dave, this is a couple of the cameramen. They loiter around. That's what they're A-grade loiterers. I've been a few places with these two blokes too. I went a place with that fella one day. I don't know if it's in these slides. These are new slides, so he may be in there, maybe not. But, yeah, we'll see. Anyway, I was at a bloody koala hospital that day, and a part of fixing a sick koala is apparently you collect some of their scat. Anyone know what? Anyone? They collect scat, and then you mix it with other stuff, and then you put it in a blender, and then you suck it up into a syringe, and then you feed it to the poor little fella. It made me glad I wasn't a koala, but you feed it back because it fixes its gut health, you know, as we all go about today. And that was me trying to mix it up and put it into a syringe. And the lady that was helping me, I still to this day have no idea whether she knew what she was saying and she was doing it deliberately, or whether she was the most innocent person and everything she said was just completely inappropriate to me. But anyway, we had a good time. So here we are, the Caravan Industry of Victoria. They put the show on. They do a few shows around the year, but they're the guys that have asked me to come here today and have a chat to you about my job and what I do. But ultimately, I want to take the opportunity as well to say these guys do a ripper job. And it's not just about putting on shows. Behind the scenes, these guys are out lobbying the government to make sure that caravans become safer, better, all those sorts of things, and make sure that our industry and our culture becomes better at what we do and ultimately safer. So they do an important job, and I thought I'd take a minute just to chat about them.
This journey has been proudly brought to you by our partners, the Caravan Industry Victoria. Log on to gomakesomememories.com.au and start making some memories.
G'day guys, Daniel here from Caravan Industry Victoria. So today we're going to talk to you about packing a caravan before you go away. But what's important about this, it's also when you're on your travels. So what's important here, right? And I need you to really pay attention to this. When you're traveling along and then you stop and you start, you're going to be using some of your fluids and your waters, your gas, and you're also going to be eating all the food and drinking all that beer that you're going to be drinking as you're on your travels. So what's going to happen is the weight of your caravan is going to change. So what's also important with this is obviously you've got to make sure that heavier weight is as close to the center of the axle on your caravan. Otherwise, you're going to have big problems. If it's at the front, your car, at the rear, it's the towability, because you'll get that sway that starts to eat up. And obviously, as you start to get higher in speed, it's going to make it worse to tow. So what you've got to be careful of is pre, during, and after your travels, because you're going to be using a lot of those items, using that beer, that food, as you travel along. So for any more information about this tip or any other tip, head to gomakesomememories.com.au. G'day guys, Daniel here from Caravan Industry Victoria. So for today's tip, we're going to talk about aggregate trailer mass, which is also known as ATM. This is the maximum capacity of your caravan without it connected to your car. So when you're weighing your ATM, you've got to make sure you're on a level ground once again, but also make sure you're on bitumen. Can't be on gravel, otherwise it's not going to work. If you go to a weigh bridge, you're going to be fine because you've got your better concrete. So what you want to do with your ATM, there's two particular weights you want to capture, which is the weight on your axles as we've got here, and as we go up towards your tow ball, you're also going to grab your tow ball weight. Now the importance of this is it's different to your GTM where it's only your axles. The ATM includes both and it's disconnected. Also with your ATM, this is also the towing capacity of your car as well. So when you look at your towing capacity, which your tow bar could have, and also your car, it's important to match that up to your ATM. So if you head to our website, gomakesomememories.com.au, you're going to find a number of these tips which we've created into flyers. It will help you understand the definitions of the industry, that terminology of the industry, and those all important tips for travelling and hitting the road when you go and make some memories.
So that's Daniel. He's the CEO of the organisation. But like I said, they're out there trying to educate, help. They've got a lot of information on their website. Go and check it out because it is well worthwhile. Let's see what's next. G'day. How you going? I think one of the things that's interesting, as a bloke that used to watch TV, and a bloke now that works on TV, who doesn't own a TV and doesn't watch TV anymore, is how it works. I always thought that the TV networks just paid and they made TV shows. It doesn't work like that anymore. You basically got to fund the show yourself. So the company that I work for go out and find partners, sponsors, and they fund the trips that we go away and film it. So there's a real balancing act. You sort of got three groups of people you've got to keep happy. You've got to keep the viewers happy. That's you guys. And if you're not happy, you stop watching. So we don't have a show anymore. We've got to keep the network happy because we've got to pay them enough money to put the show on and create a TV show that fits within the parameters of what they call worthy of going on their network. And then you've got to keep the sponsors happy. So sometimes I talk to people and they go, oh, it'd be good if you had a few less ads. And I go, yeah, I know, but there'd be no TV show. So there's three people who've got to keep happy on the way through. And it's just, that's life, you know. So we try and find that balancing act or balance the game of having the commercial content we have to earn the money to go out and make the show and keep the network happy and ultimately you guys happy. So it's a bit of a job, but it's still a good job. There you go, question time. Does anyone have any questions? Yes, hand. I feel like the school teacher. Someone put their hand up. Yes, you can go to the toilet. Ah, that's an excellent question. That's called Pandora's box. The question was, if you didn't hear it, do we think there should be rules that, or do I think there should be rules that where people have to be qualified to tow a caravan? I think that'd be lovely. Do I think that'll ever happen? No, because where do you draw the lines? Can someone own or tow a 6x4 box trailer? Can they tow their golf buggy to the golf course on a trailer? What's okay and what's not? So I think if there was education for people on how to tow, and there's people out there that provide that training. It's not mandatory. I think if you're going to tow anything, you should be responsible enough to all the other drivers on the road to take yourself somewhere, manage yourself, take responsibility for your own actions, all those things that we don't do anymore. Get out in the paddock somewhere where there's nothing to run into and learn how to tow the thing. It doesn't matter if it's a 6x4 or it's a fifth wheel or whatever it is. Just get comfortable, confident and competent, because I think the competent and confident bits are the bits that probably cause the trouble out there. Because it's, you know, when you don't feel comfortable doing something, you hesitate and that's where the trouble starts, Your Honour. But it's an excellent question. I would call it a red herring. I can't answer it because it's such a broad. We'll talk about it forever, but I'm sure. And sorry, mate. I think if they ever do come up with some sort of control around it, it will be size or weight based. But if you take that back, the trouble with bureaucracy, this is my opinion, therefore worth something to me but nobody else, bureaucracy sometimes struggles with reality and the two clash. So they tried to make some rules around that, around motorcycle licensing. You know, you had to be under a 250cc to have for your first year. The trouble is there was 250cc motorcycles that were two-strokes that went faster than four-stroke 1000cc. So often things that work on paper don't work in reality, and people in Canberra struggle with reality, if I can say that in public. You know what I mean? But so yes, I do. But what box do you put together that says that's the maximum you can do? And then, who's going to go out and police it? We've got so many rules already that no one's got time to police. If we create another one that no one's got time to police, then it's just a waste of time. So I think the answer is, and we're probably going to struggle with this as a people, but it's time to take responsibility for your own actions. If you're towing and you don't feel comfortable, you don't feel confident, there are a lot of people out there that'll change those things for you. Go and do a course and then get yourself out and practice in a safe place until you do feel comfortable and confident. And then you can go out and tackle the wide open road. And you'll feel better because you'll be a whole lot less nervous about the whole thing. And I think sometimes some people feel exhausted by the time they get to the caravan park in the afternoon because they've been so nervous the whole day about their drive. Any other questions? Oh, now you're really getting into Pandora's box, aren't you? I know. And again, where do you go with that argument? Because some would say that the speed limit is the maximum speed I'm allowed to drive, and I can drive any speed I want under that I feel safe at. And that's a reasonable argument, unless, of course, you're a truck driver and you're out there trying to earn a living. And I do agree to an extent with them, and they can drive under that speed. But please take responsibility for your actions. Pull over wherever you can and let everyone go that are out there trying to earn a living, you know, because we've got a bit of a questionable name, us caravanners out there in amongst the professional drivers, and it's all because some of us are giving the rest of us a bad name. Yes, I've seen them too. I've got a couple. No one will hear me because I haven't got a microphone. I've got a couple of ways of dealing with them, but nah, I can't tell you. You always get someone to tell you. I'm a shocker. I love a UHF. It's a toy, not a tool. But I like, if, you know, they've got the name written on the back of their caravan, Bob and Irene, Channel 18. Call them up. Hey, Bob, looks like your push bike's about to fall off. Whoop. Bob will pull over every time. Don't try this at home. I'm a trained professional. Any other questions? Yes. How many times have I been kicked off? More than one and less than 1,000. Yeah, quite a few times. I struggle a little bit with the Facebook rules. But anyway, that's another story. What are you shaking your head at? Any other? If anyone wants to catch up and have a quick yarn when this is over, which it pretty much is, more than happy to have a chat. So thanks everyone for coming, and we'll see you out there on the road somewhere, and we'll stop and have a yarn. Next time we'll have a beer, eh? Done. Thanks very much.